PPI for final demand down 0.1%. The forecast was for a 10th gain, and last month it was completely flat. The core ex-food and energy is flat, and that was expected to be up 0.2%. And ex-food, energy, and trade, which is kind of really the important core of this number, up 0.2%. That is on expectations and a little bit higher than we'd seen. So for the year-over-year number, PPI goes up to 1% from 0.9%, core 1.8%, and the ex-food and energy and trade stays unchanged at 2.5%. Now, everybody says, does this mean good news for the future? There's not a direct correlation between the two, but PPI has been falling faster than CPI, so we shall see. Now, the important thing to note is there are a number of categories within PPI that are used by economists to figure out what PCE is going to be, used by the government as well, including healthcare data. And so if we're basically in line here, it probably means that PCE is going to come in lower than CPI.
You caught up with Loretta Mester of the Cleveland Fed yesterday. March is too early. Is that the Cleveland Fed view or the view on the FOMC?
Oh, I think it's a much wider view than just the Cleveland Fed. They're going to want more data. Obviously, we could see some big change in the data, but the data that we have been getting kind of tells the same story, and so they don't need to cut in March, and unless the economy slows significantly, they probably won't. But it does set up May. Let me just note, this is a services story in PPI today. Final demand services unchanged. Final demand goods fell 0.4%. That continues a long trend. And the one thing that went up is the thing that's been going up for quite some time, and that is securities brokerage, dealing, and investment. That increased 3.3%. The fees you're being charged to trade.
That's John Day trading Bitcoin.
It is kind of an interesting point to make on a day when bank earnings are coming out.
I want to squeeze this in before Dr. Alarian. Ed Yardeni published late last night and made real clear ex-shelter inflation is disinflation. There's no shelter in PPI, so does this quiescent report suggest Yardeni's right, that basically there is disinflation in place except for a some shelter statistic?
In a general sense, yes, it does. And it suggests that we're going to see continued improvement in inflation, but how fast is the open question. Before we go to Mohamed Al-Arian, I have to take a moment and congratulate him.
Oh, wow.
Because we've been talking about this for a long time. He's the man, if you're an NFL fan and you don't like the New England Patriots, the New York Jets are the team that not only does Mohamed follow, but they're the team that drove Bill Belichick out of the NFL by defeating him last weekend. His last NFL game, until maybe he gets another job, is a loss to the New York Jets.